So this is a server level application that we have. This is initdb, that is for starting the cluster or creating a new cluster, and pg archive cleanup, that is for removing the archive files which is reside on a disk. And next is that pg control data. This is the controlling from the data cluster that will all the files, and you can say that show the details of the cluster. And the pgcpl for starting and stopping the services of the Postgres server. pg_reset xlog, that is for controlling the log file, that is xlog file, while we are performing that replication on the Postgres from the two database clusters. And pgrewind, that is for syncing the replication between the two nodes. So this is the application level tool that provided by Postgres, and this is used by DBA only. Developer is not going to perform these other activities, and these are tools. Next, the default tools are test AppSync. That is AppSync for, you can say the WAL file taken to a disk, that is synchronized or not. So this is a method to synchronize the WAL files. And test resuming, that is for timing. So measure the time, how the server is performing, and what are the time taken by that any queries and activities. pg upgrade, that will be used for upgrading older version to newer version. So we have to pass all the older version details as well as newer version details to upgrade that. So that will move all the settings or the files from the older to newer. Next is xlog dump. That is for log writer. So this is a cluster log writer that is dumped from one location to other and display all the information about that the cluster. Postgres, that is a default database and the default user. So this is also application tool. So you can get that name in the pg config file. And Postmaster is that database server. So these are the application level applications provided by that Postgres server defaultly. We have also a tool like Brain, you can say pg tool and a third-party tool for high abilities. So it is not necessary to know about that because you are a developer, so we have to write a query and we have to optimize that. So simply that tool is available here. Next is that indexes. So why indexes needed, or what is index? So you all heard about that the index page in the book. That is index page in the book is that we have get a content name and the page name, and then we go to that page directly. So it is index is used for the fastest access of database data from the table, that is allow us to fetch the data from the database. So that is the benefit of that. If there is a node index on the table, that is known as a heap table, and the query workflow, because it go for table scan, read row by row, and it will take time. So that time the performance of the database is very worst, and that will impact the other queries as well. So while we are going to design a database and table, so we have to think about the index as well. So couple of indexes provided by Postgres default, that is B-tree, has GIST, SPGIST, GIN, or BRIN. BRIN is a new, so we'll discuss later, but 4 is default, that is B-tree, has GIST, and GIN. So B-tree is that it can handle equality range of queries on the data that can be stored into some ordering. That is, we can say if we have a table and it is we have 100 records, so that is written to this in the form of pages. Page is a size of 8 KB defaultly. So if we write any transaction to the database engine allocate a page to that query, and that is reside in that page. That is known as data pages. We have also index pages. So index pages keep all the information about the indexes on the database. So it is a self-balancing tree that maintains sorted data and allows search, insert, delete, and sequence access of the algorithm time. So it is ordered and allow us to that we can fetch data and insert to the table. It can also be used to retrieving data in a sorted method. So that is useful. By default, we create any index that is go for a B tree only. Hash index is handle simple equilibric comparison. That is the query planner will consider using the hash index where index column is involved in a comparison using the operators. So while we are writing any query and getting a data from a table and we are writing a equal to, that is where column name equal to Ram and Shyam. So that time database engine go for a hash index and that fetch a data and retrieve a data to us. It means that whenever an index came column involved in a comparison using the equal to operator, it is a query planner will consider using a hash index. So that is known as a hash index. That is while we are going to writing any query, we have to think about that if there is a hash index or not. So for query optimizing, we have to think about the indexes that will boost the performance of the database and application as well. Next is GIST index. It stands for Generalized Inverted Search Tree. It is useful in indexing geometric data type and full search index. So this is only used for where we are fetching a data from that like geometric locations like location and the full text search. That is we have to provide that all the keywords to fetch the data where we need a GIST. That is like a BI tool, or we can say that any chatting tool we have to provide as allocation. So chatting tool we also use that GIST to fast accessing of that location. Next, it allows us to build a general tree structure. It is a single kind of index, but rather than infrastructure within which many different indexing strategies can be implemented. So this is just for BI application, not for a transactional, because we are using that simple select star from that table and we provide that column name, and we are not using any location-wise data. So that is not important for us, but we should know about that, how it works. Next is SPGIST, that is a standard of that GIST, that is for special partition. That is partition means that we have to create a partition on that GIST that if we have a huge data of that maps and location, so we have to create that SPGIST indexes. It is most useful for data that has natural clustering elements to it and also not an equal balanced tree. So this is for that is we can say that is multimedia, that is where the location is fetched and display on that multimedia site. So that is used for SPGIST. Phone location, we can say phone routing, IP routing. So that will check the range and the location as well. Next is GIN index. It is stand for Generalized Inverted Index. So it is commonly referred to as GIN. That is for, we can say, if we are merging couple of rows in a single row, we need to create a GIN index on that columns. That is for array example, we can say that if we have 5 columns in a table and we are going to merge 4th column in a single column, we need to create a GIN index on that column. So that is a benefit to fetch the data, and that is a good strategy for working on designing the data and the tables. Sorry. Next is the BRIM. That is the latest one in 9.9.6 comes. It is for block range index. It is very useful because it is read the block where data resides, not going to read all the index pages or data pages. So it will first reside in the data where we are using a column like data time, date time or date. So it will read all the blocks and then we get the data. So that is then a new feature, and it will read the blocks. So like GIS, Gene or Beam can support many different indexing strategies and particular operators which a Beam can index use vary depending on the index strategy. For data types that have linear sort, index data corresponding to the minimum and maximum value. That is value creating that mean time and next time, that is useful here because it will read between that date time and take the data from that list. So it is very useful for fetching data where we are using date time in the table. So we have completed this and this is all about that course with basics, that is for config files and the indexes and the default application and client applications. So let me know if you have any questions.